next we'll have Ted Conley from, there he is, from the Assessment Office to bring before you the Gracepoint Church a decision. This, I apologize for not being clear on this myself. Is this assessment or is this commissioner decision?
This is a commissioner's decision.
Commissioner decision,
because
okay.
It has to do with accepting a payment. That's why we're not bringing it up at the assessment one later today.
Very good.
So just the long and short here. I don't know if Jamie shared with you the timeline for the Gracepoint thing that I sent up the other day. No? Okay. Would you like me to share my screen and run through that? Okay. Okay. So just to give you some background here, the property in question is 740 Leon Avenue in Palmyra. It was originally signed up in Clean and Green in 2012 by the Fry Family Trust. March of 2016, Gracepoint Evangelical Free Church bought the property for $440,000 with a plan of eventually building a new church on the site. Later that year, they tore down the existing dwelling and related outbuildings on the property. 2018, in July, they submitted a land development plan for the church and related areas. 2020, July of this year, past year, 2020, our staff went out and added the new church building to the tax roll. Doing this invalidated the Clean and Green, and they were billed a rollback in the total amount of $36,461.39. What you are voting on today is whether or not you would like to accept the county's portion of that payment, $4,900.10. The Clean and Green regulation does give you the option to forgive this since it was changed from a Clean and Green use to an exempt use. That is one of the provisions in the law that you may forgive if you wish. So far, the North Londonderry Township Board of Supervisors did vote to forgive their rollback in the amount of $29,7228. Palmyra School District voted to still bill that amount, the $23,195.20. So what the church is asking you today is to consider forgiving that amount, $4,900.10. The law says you may do it, but you are not required. And I can take your questions at this point.
My question would be, because I'm a little vague on the details. Mm-hmm. This would not be part of or incorporated into the sale price, I guess. Is that what?
Correct. Yeah, this was not figured into the sale price. I believe it was an auction when they purchased the property back in 2016. They did sit on it for a couple of years. They did continue to farm the land. During that interim time, they filed an amended application and re-enrolled the property after purchase because they knew they weren't ready to build right away. And while they were in the program, they were doing their due diligence and what they said they would do. It's just at this point.
When you said they were farming, were they renting it out and collecting money?
They were leasing it. Yes, they did lease it to a farmer.
Do you know how much? Did they recoup the money it cost that we would be asked to forgive?
I honestly don't know what their lease payment was.
Well, they certainly, with the Clean and Green, saved in excess of this. So, I mean, that's more the question, I think, than how much they made on their lease. But
so they were saving $4,000 a year during that period.
Well, they saved from the county. Keep in mind, this is a 7-year look back. So it was $4,900 is what the county portion of that would have been over the 7-year period.
Oh, I see.
I'll make a motion not to refund the money.
Okay.
I'll second the motion. I guess I do have another question.
Sure.
It's been moved and seconded. Go ahead, John.
Thank you. I'm sorry. Does it all have to be paid back at the same time?
Yes. So when this was initially billed back in July, when the violation occurred and the property was added to the tax roll, they have since, we typically give 90 days to pay. The school district and township voted a couple months ago on this, and we're just bringing this to you at this point, just to get an answer one way or the other.
I wish I knew if they would keep that money.
Yeah, they have already paid the school portion. I've gotten a check for that.
Mhm.
But they're just waiting to send a check for this to see if you would like the money or not.
My comment would be that it is part of the deal, that when people accept clean and green, it's part of the deal. And those that buy that property must be aware that that is, you know, a piece of the equation when they pay and they bid on a property or they buy it through a realtor. So I don't see it's I think it's a request that's beyond what the law, in my mind, what the agreement they entered into with the clean and green. They understood the issues, and so the buyers should have been made aware as well. That's
And I think if the clean and green is of value to the farming community and to the residents of Lebanon County, then it's valuable enough to carry it through for folks purchasing the land and withdrawing it from the clean and green. So it's an expectation. I think they all know it from the outset, and their planning and the purchase price and so on is usually geared around that. So I think it's an obligation that they should fulfill.
okay. Any other comment? If not, all in favor of the motion, please indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? So moved.
Thank you very much for your time.
All right, sir.